I've been hearing a lot of grumblings from people, right? That's saying that the Arabs kind of run the thing in New York. Can you explain how Arabs have taken control of the illicit ganja trade market in NYC and its impact on the communities with residents that are predominantly black?
In the book, in Ainsley Hamid's The Ganja Complex, Rastafari and Marijuana, he details the rise, in chapter 6, The Ganja Complex in Brooklyn, he details the rise of the crack cocaine economy and the fall of the ganja economy, some of what I mentioned. So whilst Reagan and Siaga is doing all that, at home now on the street level, on the ground level, when Reagan does that, the book says he delivers would-be ganja smokers into the hands of crack dealers because the distribution networks were similar, as well as how the substance was used. It was similar, right? So a whole lot of destruction came with the crack epidemic. And in that, the book says that TNT, we know is Tuesdays and Thursdays, also Tactical Narcotics Unit, which Lutty Stink and Giuliani brought about, the now disgraced Giuliani brought about. And a lot of them lost their stores behind that, right? And in the book, it says when they lost their stores, Yemeni merchants popped up and bought those stores, right? And this is early 2000s. So they had control of the corner stores from the early 2000s. I knew anecdotally that the Arabs, particularly the Yemenis, took control of the cannabis market, but I knew empirically at the top of last year when I went to testify on the proliferation of illicit smoke shops in New York City at the city council. Testifying right before me was the Yemeni American Merchants Association of New York. I was like, whoa, I looked them up, YAMA, Yemeni American Merchants Association of New York, and they said that they are immigrants, and usually immigrants get news the last, so they want to be a part of the license. To me, they were faking and fiending ignorance to the law, but they didn't fake or fiend ignorance when it was time to switch over their corner stores to illicit smoke shops. You understand? The main thing for me is when you get, back in the days when you were making a marijuana purchase or transaction and you was getting it from a Herb Gates, a weed spot, a weed store, from a Bingy man, from a Rasta man, it wasn't, as far as I'm concerned, money transactions by themselves are inhumane. It's unhuman. You understand? When you bought herb from a Ras, it wasn't just that money transaction. You're getting a reasoning. You're getting a talking. You know this person was and is invested in his community, but he wasn't just selling herb. He was opening up an ITIL store. He was opening up a school. He was holding classes for children on a Saturday or a Sunday. You understand? You could find him in Prospect Park or whatever park. 1970s, 1980s, Rastafarian men, the sight of them were stabilizing factors in black communities. I could tell you that. As a youth, I saw that. I seen a Ras, I'm like, oh, he's different. I don't know nothing about no weed. You understand? I just knew that man was different and don't mess with him. But not no fear.
Just respect.
Yeah,
honor,
simple.
yeah, glory.
Yeah, I like when I don't gotta talk. You understand? So now, as Hamid mentions in the book, with the changeover from the ganja economy to the crack economy, they're selling weed now. The Arabs, Yemenis, they're selling weed now like how crack was sold. They don't care about the community. It's an extractive process. They're not pouring in nothing to the community. The funds, they're going back to wherever they're going back. They're building mansions. They're not staying in the community. They're not opening up no health food stores. Like I always have to say, it is haram for them to participate in this business, but they're still doing it. That should let them know, let you know that it's a lust for money. You understand? They can't go to their imam and tell them that they're doing this. If they are, I let you be the judge. You understand?
Where are they sourcing their herb from?
They're not sourcing it from upstate New York, legal cannabis. They're not sourcing it from Humboldt County. You understand? Much of the herb that's sold in illicit markets is coming from Oklahoma. The illicit growers in Oklahoma. You understand? And that's a fact. It's been documented.
Can you talk about the herb? Are you familiar with the herb being grown out there at all?
Oh, yes. As far as I'm concerned, the herb grown, so there's 3,800 illicit farms in Oklahoma, and that are operated by Chinese nationals. As far as I'm concerned, 3,800 illicit cannabis farms in Oklahoma are a direct response to the 100 years of humiliation that the West gave to China, along with the Opium Wars. The Opium Wars was when the British wanted control of the Chinese ports, Shanghai and Hong Kong, and the Chinese stood up and said, no, all right, they just flooded the country with opium and made mad dope fiends out of the men, which leads to the destruction of the society.
When did Chinese get into the herb business? Or from your knowledge, at least in the States?
Well, one would, let's say I don't know. Just look up when Oklahoma legalized. They legalized before New York. New York was 2021. I believe Colorado was like 2012, Cali 2014, so maybe 2017, 18, around then.